Hi there, Steve Kaufman. I'm continuing, of course, with my Korean challenge, but today I want to talk about how great it is to be alive at this time in history. Because we hear all the doom and gloom, save the planet. Save the planet from what? The planet is in no danger. The only thing that can happen is that the ecosystem that we enjoy might be changed for a variety of reasons, including what we're doing to it, and that it'll become more favorable for certain ecosystems or certain organisms, and it might become less favorable for humans. So we got to be careful. But it's the human-centered, convenience of the planet that will be affected, not the planet. Okay. So obviously we have to be careful there, and it's very encouraging to see the kind of progress that we're making in terms of more pollution-free, ways of generating energy and so forth and so on. So I'm a great believer in things positive, and I like globalization. I like the fact that through the fact that we can access. This morning I want to make an omelet. I look up. I had some spinach omelet. Look it up in French. I get a French recipe for a spinach omelet. I go and make the spinach omelet. Reading my Korean stuff. In the car, I subscribe to a bunch of podcasts, and they'll kind of click through to the next one, the next one. So I'll be listening to a Korean podcast, followed by a Polish podcast, followed by a Ukrainian podcast, connected to the world. What a great way to be, And because we are connected to the world, and the fact that people in other countries are making things that come to my country, that they supply me with things, people elsewhere are making things. Even my iPad, it's designed by someone in the US who probably was an immigrant from India or something, and then parts are manufactured in China or Vietnam, and they come here, and I'm able to use it, and it's quite affordable. I mean, that's wonderful. Yes, some people's jobs have been affected, but if we always try and stay with the existing sort of employment pattern, we would never have moved forward from child labor, very labor-intensive methods, 90% of the people on the farm, everything that prevailed 150 years ago. So there will be these periods, and we have to adjust. We have to invest in education. Maybe we need a guaranteed income. Maybe we need to accept the fact that we're going to work less. I don't know. I'm not in a position to predict what these things are going to be. I'm just saying that in terms of my prejudice, I like a globalized world. I like the fact that people in other poorer countries are able to export products to here. Of course, there has to be fair trade in both directions. And initially, those countries with lower wages are going to benefit more than we are, although we benefit as consumers. But the fact now that people in Japan and in China and in India have greater incomes, are better educated, they will also be doing research and contributing to the development of new technology, new processes that are going to make the world a better place. So I am a great optimist. And I just wanted to say that because you hear so much doom and gloom. And I think in terms of life expectancy, number of people on the planet, number of people who live in misery, the sort of disposable income that we have today, we're better off than we ever were. Lots of stuff we can do better. We can eat more healthy, for example. We can be more conscious of the impact of what we're doing on the environment, and we are heading in that direction. I think the worst is these people have this unrealistically idealized vision of what we should be, and because we're not that, therefore everything is bad. No, that's not true. Yeah, politicians, constantly looking for, favors and giving favors. That's what it's always been. It's always been everywhere, always. Not going to change. We're never going to have 100% honest politicians, but we need politicians. So I think the pursuit of perfection leads to more evil than anything else. I think we have to try little by little in those things that we can influence, try to make the world a better place without screaming about how awful and terrible things are, because they aren't. I think they're pretty good. And people are going to criticize me again, and I'm happy to discuss this subject, and I can give you more reasons why I think we live in the best possible time in history. Anyway, thanks for listening. Bye for now.